Hello, everybody. My name is Truktruk. Alongside of me is Tagg, and as always, we got Mathsad on production. Tonight, we're bringing you ESEA Season 22 Week 2, CP Metalworks Week, between two teams that are 1-1 currently, EVL Gaming and Froyotech. Tagg, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this matchup right here?
Well, first of all, it's gonna be a Froyotech one, I think. Um,
Oh, you're already jumping for
I'm
the
already jumping
Froyotech
the
win.
gun, yeah.
All right, all right. So why is that? Why is that?
It's just, that the experience Froyotech is redundancy, but they're an experienced team, an invite, and they have more experienced players. I think EVL might be able to take 2 rounds off of them, just because it's kind of Metalworks. Does anyone really know how to play Metalworks? Let's be real here.
I don't know. It's been very interesting this season, especially from Froyotech. I believe we've casted every single one of their matches this season. They are playing very high tempo TF2, especially we've only seen granaries so far this season, and that's tend to be a slower map. But when we watch Froyotech play, it's fast. They go in deep, and especially their scouts, Patty and Free State, just looking very strong this season, especially Patty, getting the top fragging both games for his team.
That's pretty surprising to me, considering that he's never played a scout role before, has he?
Nope, he hasn't. He's just debuting, and
It's kind of like how last season they moved Ash to scout and then he was just performing really well.
yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of players in Invite this season on Froyotech and actually on EVL that are all very good at multiple classes. On the EVL team, we have we have at least one seasoned veterans on that team, except for Delpa, who is a multi-class talent as well. And I'm very excited to see this EVL team because it seems like it's just a group of friends of just very, very talented players that are finally playing on a team together.
That's always a good combination you want with a team. Usually those are pretty much the best performing teams is when you're playing with your friends. You know how to have fun, but you also know how to take it seriously. And if someone, gets upset or you start losing games, you know how to handle those situations of frustration with your team. So things don't boil over.
Yeah, and that would kind of qualify for your team, Froyo Black. You guys actually just came off of a win versus Sinful Gaming, I believe, or no, it was Rambo Spec. You guys fight over them, five owed them an hour ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, but an important thing to note: this EVL team is not the same as last season. Last season it was Nursey, Aim, Slemnish, Eric, Bot Mode, and Habib. But this season's completely different. It's Delpo, Garbuglio. I think that's how you're supposed to say it. It's Purple Shirt's new alias.
Garb.
High Five, Sen, Scissor, and Zilly. So this is a fresh team. A lot of the players were on Cafe Monster a few seasons ago.
So what can you tell me anything specific about who do you think is going to be the person to watch on EVL for me?
I would say Delpo. It's his first season in Invite. I think a lot of people, including myself, feel like he's been an Invite caliber player for at least 2 seasons now, and he's finally playing on an Invite. I'm not really sure what caused him to finally get in here. I don't know what's going on, but it's good to see him. He seems to be playing pretty good statistically, and his team is 1-on-1. And this is a big game. If they pull this out, they could be looking at a top 4 spot this season if they can somehow beat Froyotech tonight.
Always got to get towards the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already talking about playoffs, but I think, in my opinion, this season it's going to be your team, Froyo Black, Froyotech, and Ronin, kind of like the top 3 teams, and it's kind of between EVL, Champ GG, and in theory, they used to be called Bird Noises. They changed their name a few days ago. It's going to be between those 3 teams, and if one of those 3 teams can pull off an upset victory, that might tip the scales in their favor to making playoffs this season.
Right now, it's looking like in theory should be getting it right because EVL just lost a game to them.
Yeah, that they actually did lose in overtime to in theory a few days ago. Sideshow and I casted the tail end of that game,
so they're
that
actually
is a
pretty
heartbreaker.
close.
Yeah, they are pretty close for sure. I mean, 4-3, first game or second game of the season for them. And speaking of close losses, Froyotech is actually coming off of a close loss as well. They lost 5-4 against Ronin, even though they looked quite strong. Ronin kind of just outclassed them at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it's always been said that Granary, for some reason, is just the bane of every Banny team to existence. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's a curse or if it's just the way that Grant calls, but they usually do not perform well on Granary. But now that's out of the way for them, there is still another Granary match though coming up, isn't there?
Yeah, double Granary this season. 4
Oh,
games of
boy.
Granary for most teams, so we got more Granary ahead of us, boys. But for now, we're on Metalworks. How would you compare Metalworks to Granary, as we do actually have 12 players in the server?
That's a tough question, Kurt. I feel like I feel like every time I play on Metalworks, I just have no idea how the map flows. It is Granary makes more sense to me, but it's a way harder to play. Granary, you're locked in. There's tons of just tiny choke points and just very limited space to move around. Metalworks, it seems like you do have a lot of room to move around. You can do really high jumps with a huge skybox, especially in middle. You'll be seeing that a lot probably out of Roamer Soldiers. Last is pretty open as well, and then you have the yard in second, and then lobby and alleyway as well. But even considering that Metalworks is larger and way more mobile friendly than Granary, it just always seems to be locked down. It's really hard to push sometimes. It's really hard to know when to push because, in fact, I think it's because the flanks are just so far away. You cannot watch them easily. So you never really know if someone's hiding in alleyway or something like that, or hiding in valley, or hiding in the huge lobby that they have at last. So you really have to be careful when pushing around on Metalworks. I think that's what changes it. I think that's what makes it feel so weird. It feels like you should have a lot of movement and be able to move around fast, but you actually can't because someone might be sneaking around somewhere.
So maybe we'll be seeing some sneaky plays coming out from. I actually don't know who would be off-classing on EVL, but for Froyotech, you got Patty and Free State, both capable snipers, and of course Blaze. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen Blaze off-class.
I feel like I've seen him off-class to sniper like 3 times.
It's very interesting to say that because Blaze is some people, Sideshow actually, when we last casted Froyotech, he said Blaze was just the best roamer. But it's very interesting to think that he actually doesn't off-class that much. He's just hardcore roamer, just hardcore roamer.
Yeah, I mean, the Europeans really love off-classing the roamer spot, but I feel like that Blaze is a type of person that is always looking for a chance to get on the flank. So he always wants to be able to rocket jump. He always wants to be able to move around fast and get around. But now it looks like we are starting.
All right, so it looks like yeah, we are starting. Tagg, you think Froyo is going to win? I think Froyo is going to win. I think this is a test to see how good EVL actually is. Can they, how closely can they match up against Froyo here tonight on Metalworks?
This will be a game to see how likely they can get to playoffs.
Exactly. As I'm gonna actually, as we were talking about, I'm gonna actually watch Blaze. We got that patented high bomb on this map. It's very hard to play against. It's hard to deny as a scout. And it looks like Blaze is waiting for a buff to do that high bomb potentially from the upper left area. He's spamming out quickly while the rest of his team is posturing up the right side. He's actually just walking forward, hitting some nice clean directs onto the both scouts on the enemy team. They focus fire Garbuglio, and Blaze again just spamming the crap out of EVL as EVL hightails it out of mid.
Yeah, it looked like EVL wanted to take a passive role there. I think they were expecting a high bomb. But Blaze is smart enough to know that in order to play roamer, you don't always have to jump. Spamming from those angles really helps. But now it looks like we're going to have an Uber exchange. Blaze is jumping and getting that early aggression, gets some nice damage on their pocket, and then falls to safety. And they Ubers have been popped on both teams.
Yeah, Muma actually getting pressured by Pi 5. It looks like Froyotech is getting much better Uber here. They're going to get the second point of EVL, and Banny is going in beam. And an important thing to note is Banny is actually playing Scout, and Patty is on Soldier. Even though Patty has been top fragging as Scout, he's back on Pocket. Banny is on Scout.
And it looks like we do have a stalemate right here with Ubers. Scissor is on Sniper already.
Rip. Ninja Nick. Speaking
What
of
an
off-classers, Scissor actually a plat sniper. I can't believe I just overlooked him. Sen and Scissor both incredibly good snipers, so we'll probably be seeing at least probably both of them be sniping this game. And Scissor hitting Nick's head, taking it off, and here is Zilly with his Uber coming in with high five. He's just about to get it. He's taking a little bit of damage. They're taking their time as they get a pick onto Free State as they approach the second point.
Yeah, the really tough part here is trying to push out of last without losing your Uber advantage, because this can go so wrong so quickly. They need to get time on the point, but it seems as though they're not entirely convinced that they cleared out the flank. Blazes in, gets air shot by high five, a nice shot by high five there. But it looks like they might get this second point for free.
Yeah, great milking from Zilly too, understanding that he wouldn't die to a rocket and just ate a point-blank rocket from Blaze and survived with a small amount of health. So Zilly keeping his Uber, walking through this valley area with both of his scouts. Scissor leading the way, high five coming up over the top, and they're edging this point out. Muma is looking at a trap, I think. I don't know where it is. He does that.
Looks like they're going to get this second point for free too. That is amazing. Just clean pushing by EVL right there, and they get mid for free. So now Ubers are going to be even for taking this second point. Now let's see. Oh my goodness, it looks like they're already trying to push in. They just want to keep the aggression. I think they're going through alley right now. Garb gets on the point. No one saw him coming from lower.
Muma drops Zilly. Zilly just milking away and just doesn't see the stickies from Muma, and Muma takes him out, and it looks like EVL is scattered all about this map. Sen is going to be taking a 1v1 versus Free State. Looks like Free State is getting the better of it as Banny comes in and cleans up the frag.
Muma's already trying to pressure into mid. They have 100% Uber advantage, only 2 people from EVL. They just actually got... They should be getting this middle point for free. Oh!
Garbuglio just hiding next to the Cracky Pops logo, just walking over and forcing Ninja Nick with the easiest rockets of his life.
That's exactly what they needed here, because Froyo was going to take that Uber advantage probably into second, and now we have a situation here. Will Froyo decide to push? I don't think so. I think we're gonna have another Uber stalemate, or at least I don't think EVL is gonna push on this advantage.
Patty's
it's way
going
too
in.
tight.
He's actually making a lot of room for his team. This whole left area is wide open. High five is closing it with Sen. Sen doing a fair amount of damage to Patty, and Patty exits with his scout. So just a little bit of spam exchange, a little bit of aggression, but no one died.
Yeah, I feel like that was just aggression to test and see if they could do a dry push. They weren't fully committed right there, but they know that they're gonna have to wait for Uber advantages and then try a pick. Looks like EVL wants to push in right here through lower. They're trying to poke out. I think they realize that they can't get a clean pop, so they're gonna have to back up here.
Yeah, they had a slight ad, but like you said, they peeked it, they tried it, but they didn't want to force it, and I think that's a sign of just a smart play, just not getting overly aggressive. They didn't force the situation when it was just not available to them. And it looks like Froyotech is going to be forcing the situation. They're pressuring this flank area, and Patty's getting bounced up in the air as Delpo is spamming pipes across that area.
Well, let's see how this is going to play out. Looks like both soldiers have jumped in, and Garb is down. That is exactly what they needed right there. He was on the point alone. Froyotech soldiers are just rotating jumps over and over again. It looks like they take the second point free.
Yeah,
wow, and pick up 3.
Yeah, they got 3 frags for nothing. They didn't even pop Uber, Ninja Nick, Banny, and I believe that is Patty walking the right side. They're ready to push this last already.
Yeah, they need to push this last before they get those players up, and they pop their Uber right there. But both soldiers have just spawned. Sin is spawning in 2 seconds. It looks like Froyotech's gonna have to back up here.
And it looks like Patty does go down for his troubles. It looks like High Five is pushing the left side, trying to take out the other Froyotech soldier. Sen is trying to clean up the damage, but to no avail. Scissor again also going in, trying to clean it up. High Five, they're all pushing in, and they're mulching Froyotech. Oh my god, Free State is in behind with Banny. That's the only hope for Froyotech at this point, and Banny and Free State are just going ham. Finally, they get taken down by Sen and High Five, but damn, that could have been a heartbreaker for EVL.
My mouth was open right there. I was about to cry for EVL because they retook the they pushed out of last point so well, and they really made Froyotech look like they made a terrible push right there. I was gonna applaud them so much. EVL was playing very, very well there, but I feel like the reason why they got mulched up and Froyotech got mulched up a little bit is because Free State and Banny knew that the play was going wrong and they decided to commit for back cap and try to bait EVL out.
They actually might be pushing shortly here, are sending on a counter stack. They do take out Scissor, who was in aggressive position, and snipe from a sniping position, and Banny goes down as a counter stack, but they do get the sentry gun in exchange for Banny's life. Muma is peeking really close as Sen is right around the corner as the heavy man. Here comes the Uber.
Very strange because they decided to Uber in when Banny is still dead. Let's see how this plays out. Looks like Patty is going to go in for a medic pick, but he makes it out. Oh my goodness. Oh no, he
does get picked up. Free State's in very late. Zilly is about to get his Uber. He's super low health, so he's probably gonna have to pop it a little bit earlier than he wants to. They're coming through this right side lobby as Scissor and Garbuglio are cleaning out the left area. And here they come onto the second point. They are trying to milk this Uber as long as they can. Blaze is in. He does get taken out, but he does force the Uber of EVL.
Looks like EVL should be getting the second point for free. It looks like they want to fight this in lower, but they don't have the positioning. The Demoman is here now, but they just lost their offensive classes. And they're about to... Can they win this fight? Froyotech is in a little bad space on the lower.
Patty's making so much room for his team. Was Free State pushing through this flank area. Patty's trying to sandwich Sen here, and he does. Takes him out without Sen finishing off the kill onto that scout, and Froyo does get the better of that exchange. In fact, they do have Uber, but we have a pause here, Tagg.
I wonder who it was that dropped out.
I hope it wasn't either of the medics, because that's
yeah,
really not good.
That'd be super bad.
If it's Zilly, they lost the round. If it's Ninja Nick, they're going to lose a couple points. But obviously, this is 2 minutes in the future. Or the game is actually 2 minutes in the future, so who knows? Froyo could already have the round won.
EVL is playing a lot better than I expected. These pushes and repushes are going pretty smooth for either team.
Yeah, they seem to get a little. They seem to have gotten a little bit over aggressive on that last push. But other than that, I completely agree. They're playing with confidence. They're not playing defensively against a theoretically stronger team.
So far, it just looks like tiny little mistakes on both sides as well. Froyotech shouldn't have pushed in that last time when they had Banny down. That I just don't really understand the play they were trying to make there. Maybe they thought they had a bunch of enemies low when they tried to pick them off or something. But to push in last after you just got reverse picked with your Uber when Ubers are even.
Actually, Zilly didn't have Uber in that situation, so I think they were using the Uber to try and get Zilly, but Zilly was.
The age-old strat of when it comes in the future, if they are defending last again when Ubers are even, sometimes teams just like to push in just to see if they can reset and try to get a mistake out of the enemy team. That's what I was thinking they were trying to do, but yeah, I guess they wanted to try to go in for that Uber advantage, even with Banny down, and it didn't work out for them. But now they have second again.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see the off-classing so much from Scissor. He's pretty much exclusively picking sniper, defending last when Ubers are even. So far, that's every situation so far. Even Ubers pushing last. And he's been very successful so far. His first shot of the game as sniper, taking Nick's head off. And
what an amazing angle too. I was on his cam actually when I watched that. I did not think he was going to hit that shot, but he definitely did. It was a very nice shot. It's probably going to make a frag video soon or something like that.
Yeah, I hope so. And it would be interesting to see if they pulled the sniper out from the last point, because I understand the sight lines on this map are actually kind of good if you can get your sniper all the way in valley, in this valley area towards mid. I think they could utilize the lethal snipers they have in Sen and Scissor to their advantage. They might need to throw out some trickery against I would say a stronger team on paper, at least in Froyotech.
No, you are right about that sniper play. I haven't seen it at all, so I didn't really think about that. But you are right. If they can get a sniper in valley, they can just watch and just take pot shots at the middle point as much as they want. It could be a good strategy. Oh, and it looks like we're starting again.
Yeah, and the Ubers are about even, yeah.
Oh yeah, my HUD's broken right now, so I can't really see. But yeah, Froyotech is... Oh.
They're the classic unpause, repause, let someone back into the server. So we should be unpausing again shortly, unless someone crashed again. Hopefully not.
Hopefully it's not a double crash.
But as I actually said, the Ubers were even. They actually aren't. Zilly is 20% disadvantage. So if Ninja Nick, it looks like Ninja Nick wants to take this in. It looks like they're going to be sending Free State and Patty to try and get the pick onto Zilly and then dip out and then repush with the rest of their team. I'm assuming that's what they're trying to do with their Uber advantage.
In this situation right now, Froyo is going to send in a 2-man Uber, try to get as many frags as they can or get as much damage, try to kill at least 2 people or 1 person and get out cleanly. If like the best scenario is that they get Zilly before they get the Uber, but from this positioning I'm seeing right here, we're about to see it happen right now. Can they do? They pop the Uber. There's the late jump from Blaze. Can they get anything done here? Looks like they EVL was definitely expecting this. Blaze is in.
Zilly
Patty goes down.
Finally pops, and sorry for interrupting, but Zilly at a sliver of health finally gets his Uber and pops, and that could have been horrible for EVL, but look, it looks like it's going to be horrible for Froyotech. I believe that is Sen going in deep onto Mumanji, and the rest of his team is just following up his damage, just clearing out so much space for their team.
I was so convinced that a soldier would not be able to get that far in that I wasn't even looking for that play.
Yeah, Zilly just brave and playing so well so far. Actually, Patty, speaking of playing so well, Patty just getting 2 free picks completely by himself.
And now EVL is getting flanked. Froyotech is on their cap. Can they get out cleanly? It doesn't look like they can. They're surrounded. Can they blob up around their medic? Delpo is trying to get out. Bandy is doing a big flank right now. He's about to get the demo pick. No, Delpo wins that fight, but Zilly goes down. They got separated. So now there is a huge Uber advantage for Froyotech.
Yeah, Free State getting really aggressive here. He doesn't want to lose his life. He does back off after doing a lot of damage to High 5. And it looks like Scissor is going to peek again and take Ninja Nick down. Oh my god. This guy is nuts.
That has to feel bad. That really does. One player just ruins your entire push in the last.
Yeah, that's exactly what EVL needed. And they were looking at full Uber disadvantage defending their last point, and now they have slight ad. Scissor actually walking forward towards the second point, trying to get another angle to get a second
confidence.
Pick. And I don't know about staying sniper after getting the med pick, but it might work out. He's hitting his shots so far, and it looks like Froyotech is spooked.
It looked like Scissor was the one that crashed as well, so he just disappeared while on that angle.
Oh my god, that's actually hilarious. But it is unfortunate because the Ubers are evening up, even though Ninja Nick did die. He got a good spawn wave, I guess, and Zilly is not building as good as Ninja Nick as well.
So let's see how EVL is going to defend this. Scissor is back on sniper. Oh my god.
What is going on?
Oh my
The game has lasted 11 minutes, and Scissor has 3 headshots specifically on Ninja Nick.
Even
Here comes
Delpo
High
is
5 and
surprised.
Zilly through the shutter door.
So yeah, now they're trying to take this second as cleanly as possible, but Zilly gets split. They pop their Uber on really nothing right now. Patty gets a frag, and it looks like, oh, my HUD is still broken. Sorry about that, team. Let me fix this real quick.
Yeah, Blaze and Patty get taken down, but again, Patty making a play for his team. EVL netting +1 frag in that exchange, and that's not really what you want with your Uber. They do get the point. They are pushing value. Ubers are even. Froyotech is kind of playing a little bit defensively on their side of the middle point. Banny's actually up on the middle point with Muma coming across as well. It looks like both teams are kind of taking their time as Garbuglio takes down Free State.
If Free State did a back cap and brought a lot of EVL back, so now we're going to see a repush of middle. High 5 is in very deep. He's going to turn heads. He gets taken out, but that allows their EVL scouts to push up. And then Ninja Nick goes down. Oh man, let's see how this is going to go.
Alive.
Only Banny on the
by
point. Blaze is behind, it looks like. Let's see if Blaze can get a frag here.
Oh my god, Scissor coming in and saving his life at the perfect moment. He might be able to get Free State too. Free State just meat shots the crap out of Scissor, but it might not be enough. Delpo should be able to get some decent stickies on no, Free State's just going back in, clearing out so much space for his team. Delpo just retreating, knowing that his medic does have full Uber advantage.
I gotta be honest, a lot of these times I'm just like smiling really wide because EVL is playing really well against Froyotech right now. It's pretty impressive. It looks like Froyotech is pushing in. Ubers have been popped. Actually, one Uber has been popped. Can EVL get in enough frags right here? Sin is in pretty deep, but it looks like Froyotech gets out for free. Oh no, they don't.
Delpo
Free
and
State just died
Scissor
to
gets
his
pulled
trap.
back to the second point as Froyotech is trying to push in. No Ubers for either team. It looks like Delpo is just doing a lot of damage here as Muma does a lot of damage himself. Scissor just going in, getting air shot by Patty, but Ninja Nick getting caught out in the corner and taken out by Delpo, and High Five finishes off Patty for his troubles.
And now
Blaze, the only
Blaze,
person
yeah.
alive.
What's he
in a
gonna
really
do?
precarious spot here, Tagg.
What's he got up his sleeve? This young Blaze.
What
EVL
is
is
the
playing
spot?
very, very well. Looks like Free State is trying to bait for him, draw them away. He's going to get this flank for free. He needs to watch out for these respawners. He's going to go through lobby. Oh, can he get this demo frag? Delpo is insane.
Godlike.
Delpo is insane.
Just completely destroyed Blaze.
Yeah.
Blaze was actually in a very good position to kill
Blaze,
Delpo, but
Blaze
Delpo
would
was
have killed
having
him if
none of
Delpo
it.
didn't get that shot.
Yeah,
Alright,
it looks
but now
like Zilly
Froyotech
is
is
pushing
down one. They're
flank
going
for
to
this
Uber in
team.
through alley. But EVL does lose a player. Can they pick anyone for this from this Uber? They have a scout and they get Ninja Nick. And they might get the demo frag as well onto Muma. High Five is on him right now. Muma and Ninja Nick are down. But it looks like Froyotech is not going to... Oh my goodness, never mind. Every time Froyotech looks like they're going to get a pick, EVL just turns around and just mulches them. They're playing very well and very, very team orientated.
Yeah,
these
Froyotech
focus
is
calls
getting
might be
scattered
crazy.
in these fights I've seen. It's very hard to even like watch the whole thing happen. Froyotech's all over the place. Speaking of all over the place, Blaze is high in the sky, gets taken down, but the rest of his team is in spawn, and EVL up 1-0 versus Froyotech.
What in the heck?
Oh my god, is this team for real? So far, Scissor is playing out of his mind. That's
Yeah.
I'm gonna be watching him on this mid tag.
Alright, I'm going to switch over to the Scissor Cam as well. Let's see how they handle this middle.
Last mid, Froyotech won it pretty handily. Scissor's kind of coming through this lower area, kind of making a little bit of space for his team. High Five coming over the top, and they're not really doing much. Both teams are actually EVL getting just pushed off of this point. No frags exchanged just yet. High Five peeking out, but it looks like Froyo just dominating these mids.
Yeah, and no one died that mid, so we're probably going to see a stalemate situation. Even Uber's push onto second. Looks like there's some roughhousing going on in lobby right now, just feeling each other out, seeing if they can push in. But now it looks like the defenses have been set up. I do feel like there is going to be a little bit of a stalemate right now until they can figure out how to push in. Regarding that mid, it looks like Blaze was the one that really won that fight for Froyotech. He turned around a lot of heads with a really high bomb straight onto Scissor actually, and then he jumped out as well. That gave Froyotech enough room to push in and take over that middle fight. But good on EVL as well. They got all of their players out for, without dying. Looks like Froyotech is going to jump in again with the double soldier bomb from Alley. Will it work again? It looks like EVL has been pushed out, but the scouts are still free to do damage when they want to. EVL pops their Uber. Can they get any
High
face or
Five.
banning?
Garbuglio drops Ninja Nick with the skill stick. Are you kidding me? Pretty much getting skyboxed by rockets and spam every which way, and just whips out the skill stick and drops Ninja Nick. Free State actually in behind, trying to make a play of his own, fighting both scouts and Scissor, getting the best of him.
Ninja Nick.
Are
Oh
you
my goodness, looks
kidding me?
Blaze was behind. It looked like he was going to get a pick, but oh my goodness, Froyotech knows exactly that EVL wants to push out, and they're trying to stuff as many players as they can and make their push sloppy right now. Let's see. Froyotech wants to get a force out of them right now.
Garbuglio
And it
getting a
looks like
little
it
bit
might
too
be happening.
overextended there. He does lose his life, but not without doing a ton of damage. Froyotech healing back up and pushing the second point as EVL is taking so much damage. Zilly getting caught out, Blaze coming over the top, and the rest of his team is just following up his damage. Free State finishing off High Five, and here they come.
Yeah, it looks like Froyotech wants to keep this momentum. I don't think EVL really has a chance of defending this. Let's see if they can pull off a miracle. Garb is already dead, but so is Blaze. Scissor is low health, he's dead as well, and it looks like this might be a Froyotech win.
It has
Unless
to be.
Delpo,
Froyotech's
yeah.
got this. Froyotech, I would say that was a convincing round from Froyotech.
Yeah, they
Despite
definitely
the,
outplayed EVL there.
Yeah, despite Garb, we'll call him Garb. the one-syllable wonder. Well, despite him dropping Ninja Nick, that round was very clean from Froyotech.
Yeah, Froyotech baited out the push from EVL, just made them take forever for their push, and then repushed on them and took the second pretty easily. I'm gonna go on the Blaze cam for this mid. It looks like, will he do the spam strat again? See, all of EVL is lower right now. They don't have any presence. Blaze is going to do a counter jump, just jumping around, and he's going back for the health pack right now, and he meets high five. Poor high five.
The positioning of Froyotech is so tight right now. They're all right next to each other, but frags are being exchanged every which way. Zilly is getting pressured by Patty, but he actually just saws Patty's head off with that Uber saw. Ninja Nick looking to do the same against Scissor. Scissor's putting so much pressure on him, and he finally takes him down. EVL with the most convincing mid-win of this game so far.
Looking from a player cam, I thought EVL was going to lose that. They had no upper positioning, but they turned it around. Unfortunately, I didn't really see how, but really nice super solid play from Zilly as well.
Yeah,
that's what Ninja Nick should have done.
A little bit scattered across the right side of the map, and it proved to be successful as they kind of wrapped Froyo in that mid. Froyo was all right next to each other for the majority of that mid, and they just took too much of the same damage, I guess. And it looks like they got the pseudo Highlander set up to defend last.
Blaze is on sniper. He's getting back though, but he was on sniper.
Oh my god, he is.
He was.
He's feeling himself. He's like, who's this Scissor guy? He's just killing my medic. I gotta show him up.
We have the Banny sentry up here, and now EVL is Ubering, and they need to get this sentry down first of all. Can they get this frag onto Blaze? They need a pick. They need a pick right now. Oh, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Garb is in. They get the heavy. High five gets the demo. I have no idea which way this
Sen
fight's
is cleaning
gonna
up frags, but it looks like Froyotech got the much better of that exchange. Sen trying to 1v1 Banny, but Banny gets the better of him. Zilly making a heads-up play, getting the heck out of there, recognizing that his team was unable to get anything but a sentry gun with that
Scissors on sniper. Going Valley, like you said.
There we are.
Can we see a pick? They need this right now. Ninja Nick has 100%. They cannot defend this middle point unless Ninja Nick dies, or they get out immediately. They cannot stand here.
Is Ninja Nick going to get farmed again? I hope not. Delpo gets free state with a sticky trap, and that might halt a little bit of Froyotech's pushes. They're still pushing in. They are down a player. Everybody is hurt. A lot of players hurt on Froyotech. Delpo getting pressured in the lobby, but they might not be able to get anybody with this Uber. They do get Delpo. That is actually a very good pick coming from Banny. Patty already coming through that lobby area, pressuring EVL out.
Still a very good hold for EVL. They only dropped one player against a 100% Uber push from Froyotech. Very, very nice. That's exactly what they needed there. If Ninja Nick didn't spontaneously combust there once again.
And Scissor's still alive, and he has a really good beat on this
Free
flank
State
area.
is in behind. He's doing some sneaky stuff right now. He's not started to back up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching this. Delpo versus Free State, 1v1 MG Metalworks, and it looks like Free State wins it, and that is crucial for Froyotech. It's gonna bring at least one or two players from EVL back, and Froyo is killing people while they're retreating. Free State just being an absolute nuisance here.
There are so many split players right now, I have no idea who to watch. Scissor's going to go down. This is not a round win, but a point win for Froyotech. They get the second point for pretty much free right now.
Free State, that's like this at least the second time he's gotten behind. I want to say it's the third time he's gotten behind EVL, and that just really can't happen.
Yeah.
Zilly lost his life as the rest of his team fell apart around him as they tried to retreat and stop Free State from that back cap.
So now we see a complete opposite situation. Froyotech now has the 100% Uber. They're going to push in. Let's see if they can get this heavy down. Or an early frag here. They pop in. High five is down. Both soldiers are just flying through the air right now. They get early damage onto EVL, and they also have cap time. That's exactly what they needed there.
Banny just getting as soon as the Uber faded on Banny, he just got right on that point, put so much time on it, and no one from EVL really was able to get out as Muma and both Froyotech soldiers were just spamming EVL, so they could not even touch the point to defend it. Well done by Froyotech. They're up 2-1 here in this first half.
Alright, and here comes the middle fight. Delpo takes early damage. Froyotech looks like they're going all lower. Blaze is upper once again. Ninja Nick takes some early damage, but Froyotech has a
Blaze is
hold
in
on the
deep.
middle point right now. Blaze is behind already, but he's going to fight Scissor. And he gets pushed back. Delpo is dead though. Froyotech is looking very strong right here on this mid. EVL is already backing out.
They're
See if they
trying to
can
keep
keep
Zilly
Zilly
alive.
alive.
Zilly is super hurt. I was thinking Muma might actually sticky jump into that flank area. Patty is getting super aggressive with Banny. Patty is so far in. They don't know where he is. If he can sneak in there, he could potentially make a play onto Zilly, but the rest of his team is just capping second. They don't even need to force Zilly here. They can just cap and roll into last. Can they? They lose both soldiers. Ninja Nick does, or both scouts. Ninja Nick doesn't pop.
Yeah, strange play right there. They really shouldn't have pushed right there. They knew that EVL was going to get their spawns, and they're right up against EVL's last, so they're going to be right there. But EVL also just can't push out right now. They were too hurt to follow up, and their Ubers are even. So right now, we are seeing a better hold from EVL than last time. Back in the same situation, really. Scissors on Sniper, but they have a gun this time. This is what they needed on that last hold. The reason why Froyotech won that last hold, actually, is because they had no gun. A sentry gun does not care about how much health it has. It's not going to back up. But they had the heavy. The heavy was weak. They backed up, and they lost the positioning.
Free State looking to counter snipe Scissor. So far, Scissor has been uncontested up until now. Free State just rips his head off, and that might trigger a sack or potentially a push from Froyotech. Banny's clearing out this right side area.
Going left side right now. Oh, but the sentry takes him out, and the sentry's gonna push Patty up against the wall as well. This looks like a bad push so far from Froyotech, but Patty take him in. They have to get a force out, Zilly. Zilly was just a bad place right there. EVL, but EVL right now, I don't feel like they should be pushing out. Free State is rushed at this point, and Muma is pretty close, but looks like Froyotech does back up.
Yeah, EVL just muscling them out. As we do get a little bit of roboting in Mumble, I think it's faded out by now. And EVL again trying to push through the lower area, and a great sticky onto Banny coming from Delpo. It looks like they're going to continue pushing as Muma is watching a trap in the lobby area.
Ninja Nick does have advantage right here. I hope I'm not roboting still. But Free State is still on Sniper, so it looks like EVL can win this.
Muma getting caught out. They definitely won this. Free State hits a sick shot on the Sen, just taking him out of the air, and Free State's feeling himself. He's getting an aggressive angle. Banny actually coming in, making some room for his team, but it looks like he's just going to lose his life. He gets arrowed by Ninja Nick. Again,
he's still running off.
Oh my god, and Free State hits a sick headshot onto Garbuglio. What
Banny
is
still
going
alive.
on?
That is unbelievable, but they... looks like EVL still... Get on the point, EVL, you can get this point! Please, EVL, you can still get this point. Patty really does not want them to. They're fighting this out, tooth and nail. But it looks like Froyotech is finally getting pushed out.
He's going to be forced to use his Uber. Patty coming over the top. Zilly flashing every player on his team to save their lives. Ninja Nick might get caught out in this lobby area, but no. He actually baits high five into Muma's plethora of sticky bombs, and he goes down.
Froyotech is going to dry push this, it looks like. Can EVL defend it? Right now, they're down a player. Soldiers in, scouts in. Yeah, Delpo goes down. This is not looking good for EVL right now. They might go down Sin as well. Third player. It's 3 down for EVL. Knowing Froyotech, they're probably going to just rush into second right now. They are doing it as I speak. Oh my goodness, an amazing air shot from High Five, I think, onto Blaze. But yeah, it looks like Froyotech is going to take the second point. Banny wants to take this to last, it looks like. He's still going in.
Yeah, the Froyotech just being so aggressive this whole game. It's so entertaining to watch, and it's just working out for them, just out muscling EVL. Both teams have strong DM, but I don't know if you can contest Banny at this point, and Free State is looking super hot as well.
Yeah, so it looks like we have a similar situation again. Free State gets picked, and Scissor is on Sniper, and they're pushing up their heavy pretty deep as well. That's so weird. Scissor goes down, and Blaze gets out. That pushed up heavy did not work. They lost their Sniper, but will Froyotech push it? They're all on the right side right now.
Yeah, they don't have that crucial sentry gun this time around. The last time they had a sentry gun, they defended last very easily. This time around, they do not. They have the Hoovy and potentially Sniper and Scissor. If he respawns as Sniper, he does. Garbuglio actually doing a lot of damage to Blaze, taking him out on that left side. So I'm expecting a counter sack or maybe an aggressive peek coming from the Sniper.
Yeah, it's probably going to be an aggressive peek. There really can't be a counter sack. This area is too flat. You can't do any jumps. Oh, but that's a counter pick.
Oh my god, Scissor just takes down Muma. Finally, Ninja Nick is not the victim, but there's probably the second best pick you can get is on the demo man. Scissor just hitting his shot.
Oh, they keep trying this pushed
What
up
is
heavy.
Sen doing? He's getting frags in lobby on the Blaze as Delpo is just peeking lobby, doing a lot of damage himself, and he might get caught out. Headshots are being turned from both snipers here. Sen getting caught out. Freestay getting dropped. Ninja Nick uses his Uber on Patty as Zilly flashes his Pudis man and High Five through the shutter door. It looks like High Five's gonna get locked out.
Did you see that exchange of air shots right there on second point? It looks like EVL wants to push out here. Garb is out, but it looks like he's by himself right now.
High Five's in
Froyotech is getting
behind,
back.
and he gets mulched by Free State, but he does make a little bit of room for his team. They actually don't have enough players to cap this point, as Free State is just getting super aggressive in this lobby, with Sen and Scissor just double teaming up.
Yeah, it looks like we're having just a heads just mashing together right now, fight in lobby right now. I have no idea who's going to win this. It looks like EVL wants to back up, and they should. Yeah. Sin unfortunately couldn't make it out. EVL down 2 people right now, but they do have a slight Uber advantage. Froyotech is going in. They need to get frags instantly or get on the medic, and Zilly has to pop. You do get the Uber, but can they chase Froyotech
Nick
out?
needs to get his Uber. He's at
90.
99. He's one health. Oh my god, he gets the Uber, and that's probably going to be the round for Froyo, unless Delpo and Sen can have a miracle. As actually Scissor is alive as well. Delpo gets the frag. Scissor's doing a lot of damage. Sen might be able to pick up the kill onto Patty, and they do defend last. Ninja Nick getting his Uber just in time, but it was just not enough.
Yeah, but EVL knew that they needed to get aggressive right away, so even though Ninja Nick got his Uber, Froyotech was still too low health, and they were out of ammo. They needed to reload, so they just could not fight. All they could do was just stay there and hope for the best, while EVL, their spawns and they had higher player numbers just swarmed around them. So they're invincible, but they couldn't do anything. But it looks like they want to do a dry push as well. I don't agree right now. They need to get this early damage on the heavy, which is not really... Well, there it is.
They have so much room.
Yeah,
they're all the
EVL
way up through this right area. Banny's actually in front of their spawn. Blaze cleaning up his damage. Zilly finally does pop. How many kills can they get with this Uber? Banny's caught out in front of their spawn. He's living forever. He finally goes down as the rest of the Froyotech team is pushing into last. Ninja Nick loses his
goes
life.
down.
And Muma is
Ninja
the
Nick,
only one
no,
alive
why?
here.
Oh, that's
Wow.
why. Okay.
Wait. Oh, the time ran out?
Yeah, the
Okay.
timer ran out.
Holy crap,
was
Tagg.
very
This game
confused
is
about that.
nuts so far.
Yeah, I was wondering why they pushed in there and why EVL was not pushing back. But EVL was trying to get their Uber just so they could delay out the timer. They knew that if they just kept players up until the timer went down, that they wouldn't lose a point. So now we are at the half.
Yeah, I'm
Muma
looking
has
at the
timed
stats
out.
here. And it looks like EVL is actually out-fragging Froyotech by 10 frags. But Froyotech is out-damaging them by 500 damage. They basically have even damage, but EVL is getting the better of the exchanges. But at the same time, Froyotech is up 1 round.
Yeah, once again, that's going back to the experience, and also they have Banny on their team. Froyotech is going to know exactly how many points they can take with every push. And that's why we see those immediate pushes out of middle after capping middle to second and things like that. So yeah, that's my explanation of why Froyotech looks like they're winning right now, even though EVL is definitely fragging more.
This is an impressive showing from EVL right now. This definitely looks like a top 4 team. If you ask me at this point in this game, this is a very high. I think Froyotech brings the tempo. They've played aggressive every single game this season, but EVL is kind of weathering that a little bit, especially from huge plays coming from Scissor and pretty much everybody else on his team.
Yeah, everyone on EVL is doing well. It's not just Scissor. I mean, Scissor going sniper, and sniper is an independent class, getting those very, very important picks, but EVL is definitely just making good plays. They're playing as a team, they're blobbing up around their medic when they need to, and most importantly, they are getting out clean during Uber exchanges, or when they're down Uber advantage, specifically at that middle fight where they pretty much held their own against Froyotech when Froyo had a 100% Uber against them, and they only lost one player.
Yeah, and that shows in Zilly only getting 6 deaths in a match like this. That's pretty ridiculous how much he's able to survive. And that's on top of being able to milk his Uber without dropping it. He's kept his Uber in situations that are very close calls, and he's making the right calls so far this game.
Yeah, it looks like Ninja Nick with 10 deaths, Zilly with 6. And, and Zilly has more Uber charges as well, 14 to Ninja Nick's 11.
So what do you think that comes down to? Like, statistically, EVL, they seem like they're doing better, but why is Froyotech winning this game? The stats are telling me that EVL should be winning.
Once again, it's the experience, and also those times when when Froyotech just has one player behind and stuff like that, when Free State runs behind, or that one time where Blaze and Banny ran behind. The biggest thing and the biggest reason why Froyotech wins all their games is because Banny is an amazing caller, and they take complete 100% advantage if a player is behind the enemy team.
And I think that is a good point. Free State getting behind has caused a lot of havoc, and I think that's one of the reasons they have both the rounds they do on the board is just Free State getting behind, being a nuisance. And same with Banny, but here we are, second half, ESEA Season 22, Week 2, Froyotech versus EVL Gaming. Too close to call right now. Here we go, second half. Free State making a lot of space for his team on that point. Again, Froyotech just muscling EVL away from the middle point from the get-go. Garbuglio trying to make some space for his team himself as Sen is pushing this lower area. Garbuglio does help Scissor take down Ninja Nick as they try to keep Zilly alive in this garage area, or in this lobby area.
Yeah, it looks like EVL comes out the winner there. I really wasn't expecting that, but it did look like a pretty slow and methodical mid right there. Froyotech, they have pushed back pretty far, actually. Ninja Nick went down. I didn't even see that. So yeah,
EVL hit a nice rocket onto him, and I believe it was Scissor just pot shotted him to death. And here we are, EVL with full Uber ad coming into the second point.
All right, now let's see Froyotech. How are they gonna defend this? How, in fact, is EVL going to push this? Because they need to push this clean if they want a chance of winning this round and pushing in the last. And of course, it's Metalworks, so they have to push in through alley. But they only take one soldier. Oh, this is looking pretty rough right here.
No.
Blaze is in behind already. He's getting the health pack, and Froyotech has scattered. But can they pick up these frags? Patty is stuck in as well. He's creating a lot of distraction right now, and Froyotech is taking advantage of it, and they are pushing back out. Patty actually gets the frag onto Scissor. He never even died there.
Yeah, they lost high five before the Uber was even popped, and Zilly does go down. But Sen getting in behind, hits a nice shot onto Muma. Muma hits a nice pipe onto Sen, and Sen does go down with Blaze following up that damage. So Sen not really being staying alive too long as he was behind the Froyotech team. But Froyotech coming into mid with that Uber, a full Uber advantage. The tides have turned already this round.
Sin did help. He did delay Froyo's push into here, so now EVL has all of their players up. But it looks like Froyotech is going to get a free take of this middle. They know. Actually, Scissor is on sniper in the valley right now. But it looks
Ninja
like
Nick is safe though. He's in lobby, and Blaze, Ninja Nick, and I believe that is Banny going in to the second point. They're looking to get high five. He might be able to get out. I don't think so. Blaze does finally take him out. But yeah, Free State again in behind. He's fighting Sen on the flank as Scissor kills Patty. And that's too little too late as Delpo and Zilly are hightailing it out to their last point.
Yeah, Banny's still going in. He knows exactly when to push. EVL is done for this round. Once again, that's the expertise and just the play time and just knowing when you can push after points. EVL put up no defense at middle and no defense at second, so Froyotech just walked in with 100% Uber, and that's why they lost the round. They should have defended second at least a little bit more than they did, and Froyotech just, we're full health, we have full Uber advantage. Why wouldn't we push you right now?
Yeah, Froyotech's full Uber ads are are proving to work, and EVL is not making it work so far this game with their big advantages. In fact, they completely got destroyed when they had that advantage. Again, here we are, Froyotech 3-1 on this middle of the second half. It looks like Froyotech again being aggressive early on this mid. Blaze and High Five exchanging rockets. Blaze gets the better of him as Banny gets a frag onto the enemy roamer. Patty coming in. Actually, Banny going in super deep, taking on Scissor. Scissor takes him out, but it looks like EVL is going to be losing this mid.
No, it looks like they want to refight this, even though they really don't have... Oh, they do actually have great positioning right now. But Free State is just saying, I'm playing the Scout class.
Yeah.
It's the best class in 6v6. You're donezo.
I'm pretty sure the Scout got launched by a meat shot and a sticky at the same time and just got skyboxed. It was pretty silly to see.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I was
Froyotech
watching,
wins that mid pretty convincingly, even though EVL did have a chance to re-push it.
I see a sniper dot, and it's from Sin this time. Let's see if we can get any picks. Froyotech is trying to push in here. Once again, if EVL does not put up a fight here, then it's not looking too good for them. Zilly only at 14%. They need to make sure that Froyotech just can't roll into last right here. It's not looking too great. Froyotech's already taking their Uber into last right now while they just leave a scout to cap. EVL's not looking too good right here. They already lost play, but they have the Sentry, the level 1. Oh, this might be the saving grace for their team.
Yeah, the Sentry has worked out so far this game, but it looks like there's so much time on the point for Froyotech as Muma is just spamming out the point as his teammates are just cleaning up the frags, and Froyotech looking like Froyotech and dominating this half so far.
Yeah, EVL is playing too passive. They're too scared of the Uber advantages. They need to make Froyotech work to take those points, or else they can just walk into last. Once again, for the second time in a row that's happened. So next we're going to this middle fight. Delpo is there first. Froyotech looks like they're rolling out through the bottom point. Froyotech always takes early aggression and early sides on this mid, but looks like EVL is going in aggressive right now. They're pushing Froyotech out just a bit as well. Froyotech has some members behind it. They're not getting cleaned up. I think EVL is trying to just blanket aggression without trying to just actually focus any targets. They are split up right now, and Froyotech is 3 up, and it's only Sin for EVL. Yeah.
Sen actually had an opportunity to make a huge play. There's 2 players on Froyo in the red at the end of that mid, but he only picks up one of them. Both meds do go down, so Froyotech does win mid, but it's not that convincing.
It was still a good mid for EVL, like better than the last one. At least they fought back, even though it was a little bit messy, and they got the med pick. So now, ooh, Blaze hiding there. I haven't seen that hiding spot in a long time.
I haven't seen that in a long time. I don't know how much that's gonna work. Free State just looking at him like, hey, that's pretty cool.
Hey, buddy.
And,
yeah, he's backing
he
up already.
out.
So now we have Ninja Nick is at 80%.
He's at Kritzkrieg. That's building real fast. He's gonna have it any second here. All eyes on Muma. I believe they're going to be using this on him. They're actually taking a little bit. Scissor might have spotted it out as he was lower looking there. Hopefully Zilly gets the comm, but he gets a pick onto Sen. He's pushing EVL to this lower area in such an awkward position. He loses his life in the process, but Froyotech going in deep. Banny surely going to get Zilly here. He does take him out. Actually, that was Free State.
That is a
Blaze
wipe
cleans
for
up the last frag. He gets a 4K.
Not like this. Sin, it's all up to you. Get the 6K.
Yeah, Sen needs the 6K miracle to save this game for his team, but Froyotech coming in hot in that second half, man.
Yeah,
delivering the slammage.
That last crits push was done so well. EVL just panicked and scattered while Froyotech just pushed in. They knew that EVL didn't have the Uber, so you can just walk in with the crits. You have an insta-kill machine, you have the quad damage. And they just fought it. EVL wanted to get out, but some members wanted to run out, some members wanted to fight it, and they just scattered and they got picked off one by one. Very unfortunate for EVL. They were looking very, very, very strong throughout the early parts of that game, but they just started being too scared of the Uber advantages from Froyotech, and Froyotech just took free points.
Yeah, and that was that was a pretty good game, but I think it was just Froyotech adjusting their play styles to defeat EVL fairly easily that second half. It was kind of back and forth. It was a bit of a DM war, it seemed, during that first half, but the second half, Froyotech just dominant. I don't think they lost the first mid, maybe, I think, and they crushed the rest of it.
Yeah. I'm sad. That looked like EVL was performing so well.
It does spark, for me, it sparks interest in seeing. I really want to rewatch the game between EVL and Bird Noises, aka In Theory. Now they've changed their name. They did lose that game, so they're on a 2-game losing streak now, but they played them very close. But speaking of In Theory, they're going to be playing against Champ GG tomorrow night. We should be casting that. I don't know if you're going to be available to cast that with me, but we will probably be casting that if Mathsad is available tomorrow night, because that is a very good game. I believe Champ GG, In Theory, and EVL are going to still be contending for this 4th invite slot. As it stands now, some teams, one of those teams could really step it up and start making some big plays. But as it stands now, it seems like Froyotech, Froyo Black, and Ronin are the top 3 teams as we've been seeing so far this season.
Yeah, and it is important to consider this is pretty early in the season. So, I mean, EVL wasn't getting demolished. Once again, I feel like all they needed to do was just put up a fight for Froyotech and make sure they couldn't take those points too easily. So this might get way more interesting later on in the season if EVL just, learns to, man up a little bit and say that, all right, you have Uber advantage, but we can't let you have this for free.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like they played with a lot of confidence in that first half. Just a lot of off-classing, a lot of successful plays with the off-classing as well. And that takes confidence. If you're not feeling confident, you're not going to be selecting those off-classes. And it will be interesting to see how this EVL team plays out this season. But yeah, that was a disappointing second half. I'm going to say it, man.
Yeah.
The first half was so close, but it is very unfortunate. But at the same time, I'm glad that we got that first half. Like you said, it's going to be interesting to see this team develop throughout the season, as they are a fresh team. I believe they are all friends. They've known each other for a while, but they haven't played on a team together up until a few weeks ago when the season started.
Yep. So who would you think was MVP?
I don't know. I definitely Scissor for EVL.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
It seemed like, I don't know, man. It seemed like Free State made a lot of plays, but looking at the damage, he doesn't have that much damage, but he has a lot of frags. But I would say Free State, to be honest. He made a lot of space for his team, and he also made a lot of plays for his team. Like, the stats don't mean everything.
Yeah.
Like, when you watch the game, I want to say it was Free State. He was making so much room for his team, just being really annoying for EVL to deal with pretty much throughout the entire game. So that's who I would give it to.
I agree. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to give 2 MVPs. I'm going to say it was Scissor for EVL and Free State for Froyotech. Scissor just doing ridiculous headshots, taking down Ninja Nuck like 5 times, and Free State getting behind, and also he won them a mid fight as well by just staying alive on Sniper. I thought he was going to be worthless on Sniper during that mid fight, but he stayed alive and got a headshot while Banny was just distracting everyone in front of him.
I need to watch the STV.
That was incredible. That should be in a frag video.
Oh my god! I think EVL actually got the better of that exchange. Actually, no, they didn't. Did they? There's so many frags being exchanged. It was like a mind blender.
There's so many just mind bending things that happened there. I don't even remember how it ended.
Yes. Well, we know how the whole match ended. Froyotech winning 5-1. You can't win 1-5. That's actually losing. Yeah, Froyotech winning 5-1. But again, tomorrow we will be bringing you, unless the schedule gets changed, we will be giving you In Theory versus Champ GG, also known as Running with Scissors versus Bird Noises. Tomorrow night, that should be a really good game. I think both teams are evenly matched. It could be a potential a heartbreaker game for these teams. Like I've been harping on. I think this is these teams are going to be contending for the 4th playoff spot.
This is a good season.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah, this is exciting. I'm really enjoying casting. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching these casts so far this season. We're going to be bringing more and more and more as the season goes on. We had a bit of a rough start, but we will be bringing more casts to you throughout the season. So yeah, I've been Truktruk. With me is Tagg and Mathsad on production. Big shout out to him. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.
See ya.